He's like, what the hell's going on?
The diaper bag, just in case we need some toys.
Oh
no,
you want me to put it what up?
No, we might need it.
You might need it?
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I won't kiss because there's a pandemic.
Yes.
Usually I would kiss.
He's insane.
She got fancy water. The French Alps. This is
You know
French
what?
Alps. Okay, that's not so fancy. Welcome to Format de Sahel. We only drink Evian. Is this like my intro?
Yeah. If anyone doesn't know about me.
No pressure. So my name's Arielle, and I'm from the States, specifically from Miami. But then I moved, Florida.
Miami
She knew that.
Dolphins.
Look, you're like all surprised, even though we've been Instagram friends for years. And Lauren's like,
Miami Dolphins fan?
I'm not really a football fan. It's college football, more college football than professional. Then I moved to Athens, Georgia, which is like a fun, small college town, hence the college football obsession. My mom's American, my dad's Russian, and my parents were abroad when they met, and they were like, I was going to like study for my master's, they're like, don't come back with a husband and a baby, because that's what my mom did. And then I was like, met an Egyptian guy.
Uh-oh.
I know,
Did they like that?
Meh. It took time. They weren't expecting. They like sent me for grad school. And, I'm like, and you can imagine my husband's parents were even more surprised because he came back with like this American girl was like, ta-da! I was gonna brush my kid's hair, but I don't even think I have a hairbrush. Oh, boom!
Found it?
Mom of the year!
She's ready.
My kid is well kept.
Super mom.
I'm kidding. He's not well kept. He usually has like food on his face.
This is mini shawarma.
Shawarma.
Wow, yummy.
Shawarma. Zane's got to put his bib on because he's mukbang all the way.
Mixed grill. Ooh, that looks good.
I have a whole bag of bread.
All for Zuzu.
It's just a bag full of bread. Also, PSA, we are not driving with the kid on the lap.
No,
and I do not recommend
parked.
doing that. Safety first. We are parked in a safe zone with the kid on the lap.
Right next to the house.
Give me what's my shawarma, girl. Shawarma, yo.
Oh. It's really good.
That's some really good shawarma.
Do you shawarma eat chicken or meat?
Both.
Chicken and meat.
10 out of 10, yo.
Okay, I really like this.
Really good
I
shawarma.
usually don't like halloumi because I feel like it's too heavy, but I really like this. Worry.
He takes his foodie seriously.
Baby-led weaning, first you are introducing complementary food to the baby's milk.
Yeah, so baby-led weaning, instead of introducing purees, the mushy food, you skip right to table food.
Okay.
With the milk, of course. So with babies, there's like this honeymoon period, they call it. From 6 months where they're super excited about food and they'll try things. And usually people kind of waste this time with like getting the same foods, like, you know, mashed banana, mashed sweet potato. So you miss this window of opportunity for your baby to like try foods and to experiment and to throw wine on people's, you know, floors of their floor. Because they don't know better, you know. It's not like all these preconceived notions of, oh, sardines, yuck. They're like, oh, food is food. Let me try it.
You know that Arielle, she went to culinary school?
I know. Do you know how I know her?
No.
So she sent Mena, my friend Mena Fakeni. Hey Mena, I don't know if she's gonna watch this. She sent her food, and I think you sent Zaina foods too. When I was watching their stories, I was like, what restaurant is this? Brilliant, amazing food, and I was like, oh my god, my favorite foods. And then I started tagged, and I like messaged her. I was like, do you have a restaurant? She's like, no. How can I be fed by you? What do I have to do?
How is it like being married to an Egyptian man while you're having different traditions and beliefs?
Well, see, my husband, like, I don't want to like stereotype at all, but he's not the typical Egyptian at all. Like, we met, you know, internationally, and he knew exactly what he was getting into with me. Like, he didn't, like, I'm very outspoken, I'm very loud, I'm extremely inappropriate. Like, I have inappropriate jokes that I say in front of his parents. Like, I'm not censorable, and he knows that. He's the oldest child, he's super independent, he's always done his own thing. Like, always, like, since before he met me, he's always done his own thing. You know, I'm in an expat group for like foreigners, and I see a lot of stories about, you know, husbands who really try and control or try and like change the person's culture or, you know, any of this stuff. He's not like this at all. I think our generation, by the way, is like much, not better, but getting less judgmental and more open-minded and like more accepting of things that are different than ours. And I think a lot of it is like globalization, but also everything, you know, the internet and going abroad and meeting people that are different than you. Like, it's so important.
Halloumi salad.
Okay, and hummus
وعليها دبس رمان.
And first 100 words. You know that we've been reading to him since I was pregnant. Like, Hashim used to read to my belly so that he'd recognize his voice and stuff. And I swear when I gave birth, I'm like, because people don't realize, like, I think, and it's hard to conceptualize because you have this idea, like, yeah, your belly's big, but like, what's really inside there?
Really
but there's a fully formed freaking human with like a brain and with reflexes and with taste buds. I really loved giving birth. And I prepared for it like hardcore. I didn't just like show up and
how you decided to give birth in the water?
Well, see, I wanted to have like a natural birth, so I didn't want just a vaginal birth. I wanted natural, like no drugs, completely like feeling everything and being like, you know, because there's side effects of everything you do, everything. Like I made playlist of music that I want to listen to during labor.
So you gave birth at the hospital, but in a water tub.
But it was a birthing suite, so like I didn't see one nurse while I was there. Like I was very specific. I wanted like a home birth. I was supposed to give birth at home. We had the whole room set up. I went to 42 weeks of pregnancy. It's supposed to be 40 weeks.
Yeah.
Where I was already in labor for like 20 hours. And at that point, the doctor was like, you should probably come in and let's like get things going. So we came in and I brought everything that I had set up in my home. Like I had birthing posters. I had a printout.
Like comfortable?
Comfortable to feel at home. To like I had motivational like quotes about birth. Like thousands of women are birthing at the same time as you around the world.
For sure wasn't in
like
Egypt, right?
one more push.
Wasn't
It's
Egypt.
here, and that's what people are so surprised about because I don't think people realize that if you find the right doctor, you can have a better birth experience here than in the U.S.
It's like a whole playlist. Like she's not joking around.
They thought I was kidding.
Survivor.
This takes me back, Dane. Takes me back.
Avril Lavigne, Skater Boy. Like what type of song?
Anything
like,
that makes me
like,
happy.
Delivery?
Any songs that make me happy and that like.
Okay, there's so many songs. Did it take you that long to like give birth?
Yeah, dude, I was in labor for 30 hours.
There's like 50 songs.
30 hours. Oh wait, I want to tell you one more thing about birth before I forget. Yes. Okay. So you were asking what I read. So the media and like movies and stuff, they always show birth as this like emergency, scary, like screaming in pain. Well, this isn't what birth is supposed to be actually. Birth, you're not supposed to scream every time because your mouth is like directly related to what goes on down there. So when you're relaxed, it relaxes your whole body.
You did a breathing session before?
The whole time. Yeah. We did all the books and. But that's the thing. I didn't want birth to be this like.
No, you train yourself before giving birth about breathing. Yeah.
I didn't want birth to be this fear-filled, like scary event. I had no fear going in. If you look up the fear pain continuum, like it's a cyclical thing. You get scared, your body tenses up, you feel more pain, you start sweating, you start breathing harder. Like it's all related to. A lot of it's so mental. Where did the hummus go? It was so good. Did you confiscate it from me? She stole my hummus. How dare you? My kid is pulling bread out of the bag still.
I love for cars.
So I don't think our marriage, I mean, like, some things have changed. Like, we have less romantic alone time together, but we still have it. A couple hours a day. We're more exhausted. Because he helps with Zayn, I don't resent him. I think you get a lot of resentment in marriage when you're the one doing everything and you're exhausted. And the guy's sitting there, like, drinking his drink, watching football while you're, like, running around like a crazy person trying to clean the house and do the laundry. Of course, I would hate him. How can you respect someone who sits there while you do everything? I think part of the problem with the husbands not being as involved is when you have a lot of people the first few days and everyone's telling you how to do things and the mother-in-law's like, no, don't do it this way, you bathe him this way, and someone's like, no, the diapers change this way. When it's just you two and the baby, you figure things out together. It's a bonding. You're both sleep deprived, but you're learning together. You're figuring it out. You're getting to know the baby on your own and their likes and their dislikes and their personality and how you can do things and the balance of the work. Okay, you change the diapers, I'll do the bath time, you do this. And it was such a great, those first few weeks, although they were exhausting, were so good for my husband and I. People were disappointed. I don't think mad, but disappointed because it's so unheard of here. I think there's some amazing things, by the way. I'm not like hating on Egyptian culture. There's some amazing things. I love that the family is always there for you no matter what. And I think that's something we've done. We've taken like things that work from my culture and things that work from Hashim's culture and picked and choose what works for us.
The whole thing that came about for June about sexual harassment, I saw you finally. I saw you talked a lot about it in your stories. I want you to tell people how they could help in any sense or form. Like if they see someone that like someone's bothering them, how they can raise their children so that doesn't happen. See, even he doesn't like it. Tell them.
Speak up for your rights.
Speak up.
I can't talk about, like, I really don't know, you know, and I've been harassed here. Like, I've had a guy grab my crotch at the koshk here, and it happens to everyone. But I will say something.
Did you do anything about it?
I did, and I reported him. We went to the prosecutor. They brought him in, like, and I think Egypt now has taken a serious turn. This was like 3 years ago, but I think even more so now. If you report it and follow up, and
but some girls are ashamed that happens to them,
so
that they never do that.
It's so sad, and it's so sad that families and parents are doing this. And that's something as parents, like, our kids should be able to come to us, you know. And my parents did something really amazing, and I know for Egypt this is probably like like a bit crazy. My parents had a rule, okay? All growing up, I could call them at any time, any place, no judgment, no questions asked, they would pick me up. That's something that I don't think happens here. I think people are terrified to call their parents, and they get in a bad situation and they let it keep getting worse, because what are you supposed to do? Call your parents and say you're out at night?
They hide it for years and it affects them mentally.
And even before the sexual harassment happens, like, if you get in anything where you're uncomfortable, the person you should trust most and the person you should be able to is your parents. Like, there shouldn't be anyone that you trust and can rely on and know they love you indefinitely. There's nothing you should do that should affect your parents' love or approval of you. Nothing. Nothing. Saying that you don't believe in this, or you don't do this, or you did this wrong, none of that should.
I think
your
that's
parents
something that should change. Like,
but it's not just the sexual harassment, it's a lot of things here. It's the best gift if your kids trust you enough to come to you and to be open with you. I think that means you did a great job as a parent.
Arielle.
Zayn loves kofta. This is one of his favorite things. I think this kid really likes Evian. You know, he's like chugging his bottle.
Like,
do you see how much he drank?
He can't go back to
He doesn't usually drink a lot of water.
He can't go back to like normal water.
People here, by the way, don't have any hesitation or any shame about telling someone else what they're doing is wrong. There's no hesitation. There's no like, maybe I should mind my business. Nah. And you see it when you're raising a kid here. Everyone and their mom, everywhere, in every place. I'm at CFC and someone's like, you should put a jacket on him, he's cold. You should be careful with this.
That's my kid.
Not just as my kid, like, mind your business. Fukak Manny, I don't want to hear anything you have to say. Bye. Bye.
Bye. مع السلامة. فكك مني. كعبك محلي والعودة يلا وديني تلاقيني لسه بخيري شباكك مفتوح ليه ليه بهوايا انت قاعدة معايا واستكميلي سردانك تحكيلي انا حياتي وسنيني صمم هو عجب عود البطل.
And you know, I did. And I think sometimes, I hope my comments weren't seen as like critical to how things are done in Egypt, because I really think like you can take the best and take a little bit from each place, because I don't think everything's perfect in Egypt, but I also don't think it's perfect in the US.
Yeah, it's not perfect anywhere.
No, and I think that's something really cool now. Like actually I have a really nice book that I'm going to recommend.
It's called Parenting Without Borders.
Zoom in on that one.
Parenting Without
You're doing a really good job zooming in.
but especially
They talk about parenting around the world and what you can take from like different cultures and countries. Why am I talking to a stupid mic? No, but really, I think it's cool because I don't think that we're now like stuck in how things were then, how our parents did things and how our grandparents did things. Like, I think we have the opportunity to learn for ourselves and to see what works for us. And like for me and my husband, we follow attachment parenting and we baby wear and we co-sleep. But that doesn't work for everyone. So I'm not going to tell my kid and future generations this is how you should do things when he's a parent, because
teach their own.
Yeah, each their own. So, you know, don't just listen to what people say. Like, follow your heart and your parent intuition. Like, it's very freaking strong. And if something doesn't feel right, don't do it. It's not just with parenting, with everything, dude. People like try and control what you do and how you live.
And you're your own
person. You do you. You do you. Don't let anyone tell
yourself.
You. Your husband, your parents, your kids, your friends, your grandparents, the auntie tante who lives down the street. Like, don't let anyone tell you what to do.
مش هقولك ازاي تتعاملي مع جوزك وازاي تتعاملي مع ابنك يعني.
Do you. This is not us. Should everyone show your hands? We are not the ones controlling the music. Zayn is the DJ.
Sorry.
The DJ Zayn.